leather on the soles of your shoes. In 2008, guys, I was broke. Broke means no money. Write that down. Broke is temporary. Broke means no money. Broke is temporary. Poor is eternal. Now, there's three mindsets of people. There's the rich mindset, there's the middle class mindset, and there's the poor mindset. And I'll tell you how these mindsets work. It's very simple. The poor people, their income equals their expenses. It's amazing if you go into a convenience store like a 7-Eleven in a rough part of town where people are poor, perpetually poor, what are those people buying at the 7-Eleven? Lottery tickets, smokes. Are those marijuana cigarettes or are they cigarettes? Well, on the front you buy the tobacco, and if you go to the back you can get some marijuana. Okay? What else are they buying at the 7-Eleven? Chips and pop. Is that good for your health, Dan? No, they're having a Hershey bar a day instead of an apple a day. What else are you buying at the 7-Eleven?
Pretty much everything there is marked up 200%.
Everything's marked up so everything there, even if it's a bottle of water, is too much money, so they're paying too much. There's also lottery tickets, scratch and wins. Then they've got some meat in a bag, like jerky. That can't be good for you, okay? And then what else is there? They got magazines. What kind of magazines do they sell at 7-Eleven? Playboy. Well, Playboy doesn't even have nudes anymore, so that's okay. But no, they're selling Maxim, Playboy, Esquire. Guys, are those books going to feed, or those magazines going to feed your mind? No, and they're selling newspapers, which makes you scared and weak. So everything at 7-Eleven is pretty much, how about the hot dogs and the chicken they're selling? Is that good for you? Yeah, they have a rat on a stick called a kebab. It's a rat. They put a stick through it, dipped it in some syrup, and you can eat that. Yeah, it saves you time on your food making. Rat on a stick. So you can have all that, but guys, these are poor habits. So your income equals your expenses. Every month, these people are at zero. Now here's the thing. They talk about slavery being abolished, but if you work full time and at the end of the month have nothing, that's what slaves do. Okay? Now there's one degree above this called middle class. Now I argue this. Middle class is worse than poor. Write this down. It's awesome to be poor in Canada. If you're going to be poor, do it in Canada. Don't be poor in Dubai. Don't be poor in India. Don't be poor in China. When you meet people from China and India and Dubai, they're terrified of being poor. That's why when they come here, they work hard. Now us, I'm just going to say us white Canadians, because those are the lazy Canadians. We have quite a few that I offered to come to the weekend for an extremely discounted price, didn't come. Our mentality is much different. In Canada, write this down, it's awesome to be poor. We have a program in Canada called the Justin Trudeau Stay at Home and Get Paid to Play Video Games program. It's called welfare. You can stay at home and play video games all day if you want. Now, I had a student I was coaching years ago. I think his name was Mike. And Mike came to a seminar like this, and he said, I want to flip real estate. And Mike went out and did the work, and he got a deal. An old lady wanted to sell her house to him, and it was an old, outdated house, and he was going to make a $50,000 profit. Write that down, $50,000 profit. And he made at his job $50,000 at the hospital as like an admin. So he was going to make 1 year's income. And I said, Michael, you got to drive down, meet the lady, sign the contract. And he said, I don't know, I don't want to. I said, Mike, why don't you want to go sign the contract? It's $50,000. That's what you make in a whole year. One meeting, go do it. He says, I don't know, I'm not motivated. And I said, well, why aren't you motivated? He says, well, I don't know if I want to do this with my life. I said, well, what do you want to do? He said, I want to stay at home and play video games all day. Well, I said, we have a program. It's called welfare. Just go on it. You can stay home and play video games all day. You don't need to flip real estate to play video games. Just go do it right now. I don't think Michael flipped the house. I don't think he ever did that, and I don't think I really heard from him because he got to the altar. He was ready to get married to this house, make 50 grand, and he couldn't find it in himself to actually walk over the line. Do you think there might have been some self-esteem, self-worth issues? Do you think maybe he thought he didn't deserve the 50 grand? Right? Maybe he thought making money was evil. and 50 grand would make him a bad person. Have you guys ever heard junk like that? Making money is evil? Well, if you make money, you're probably a bad person. So some of this stuff's got to be sorted out. So